It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Divas That Care. My name is Candice Gish. If this is your very first time tuning into the Divas That Care, a huge welcome. The Divas That Care is now in its 13th season. We are listened to in over 30 countries around the world, and honestly, it is because of all of our amazing tribe out there, our guests, our amazing hosts on the Divas That Care network, all of you that have really been supportive of our mission, and that is to support as many women as we can in the world. So I'm so excited about that. Today I am beyond excited. We're going to be introducing a brand new diva to our family. Her name is Gail Holman, and I can't wait to get to know her. Welcome to the show, Gail.
I'm Gail Holman. I'm from New York, and I'm with Compass in Manhasset, Long Island. And as well, I do business in the city, Manhattan.
So, Gail, tell me, I'm so excited about this. I had the opportunity to read your bio and kind of go through your website, and you have so many things that you've done. But I want to ask you, it sounds like you are originally from New York, and then you moved to California, and then you came back to New York. Would you mind sharing that story with us?
Okay, sure. So I was born in New York, raised in California, then came back to New York as a teenager, and then back to California for college and stayed there for a while and opened up my interior design business there, then came back to New York. So I guess I'm a true bi-coastal person.
I love that because you don't hear that very often, especially when you went back and forth quite a few times.
Yes, and moving back and forth. But, part of it was obviously being raised. That was family decisions. Mm-hmm. And then after college, I came back. Well, no, I stayed there for a while, and then I came back. My mother got ill about 10 years ago, and I came back to New York. Oh,
I'm sorry to hear that. But I bet you New York is loving having you back there.
Well, I hope so. I don't know, but I hope so. I love it.
Can I ask you, New York is such a beautiful city, too, but it's so different from being in the Beverly Hills area.
Yes. Now, where are you located?
I am actually in Canada.
Oh, okay. All right. So all very different. Yes, the Beverly Hills area is very different than, New York and LA is two different animals for sure.
So what made you decide to, first start in the interior design and then move into real estate?
Well, I actually studied in college merchandising, and actually I started off as a clothing designer then. I graduated, for whatever reason, into furniture and interior design, and I had a manufacturing company in the Philippines and Indonesia. And then at some point, I got tired of it. It was wearing, going back and forth overseas. And when I decided to move back to New York, I just didn't want to do interior design or have a showroom. I used to have a showroom in Beverly Hills on Melrose. So I just got my real estate license because I always loved real estate, and it kind of was just a natural progression from interior design to real estate. And since I'm predominantly on the North Shore, so I am dealing with high-end, gorgeous homes, so my background there helps in my abilities to sell a house.
A lot of people always wonder why a person would get into real estate. And I think as a woman entrepreneur, I think that it is such a great thing to get into because we can use our creativity for that.
Absolutely, yes. That's true. It's definitely, a challenging business, but everything is. So you just put your heart and soul into it, and then hard work equals success.
Exactly. And there's a lot of flexibility involved with it, too.
It is. I mean, if you're raising a family, it could be good, but you really do have to be, at least to really be successful in it. It is definitely full time. You really have to spend a lot of time on it, but it does have the flexibility. You're not quote unquote working for someone. So if you wanted to travel, take vacations, take weekends, take days, you can do that as long as you adjust your schedule with your clients. I think it's a challenge for many industries and many women because, traditionally, if you have your family and, you're running your family, your household, and then obviously if you're going to go into something, you're going to want to be successful. So it is a balance for sure.
Can you tell us why you decided to get into the high-end real estate?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the real interesting thing about the real estate, although, I bought my first property in California about 24 or 25, I never looked at it as a business. And again, at that point, I was doing interiors. But when I came back here, I know I needed a change. And honestly, I saw an ad somewhere and, get your real estate license, I don't know. And I said, let me do that because I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. Did I want to really open up a showroom and go through that or not? So I did that. And then I decided, okay, I did that. I want to be with a certain company, which, Compass was not established at that point, and in a certain area. And I said, okay, if they bring me on, then this is just what I'm going to do. It was honestly that kind of situation. It was like, let me just feel it out. And then I really took to it very quickly. And, that year I became the Rookie of the Year for the company. And from then on, I just kind of, kept going for it. And I did decide if I'm going to do it, I'm going to be in a certain area of New York because I knew that that's what I was used to. I was used to, the high end in California, the celebrities, the Beverly Hills. That was my wheelhouse. So that was the only way I was going to do it. Otherwise, I was like, okay, then I'll work on another business plan.
Exactly. No, I love it. And I just love, I had the opportunity to look at these homes. I'm like, this is beautiful. And these are people's dreams. And I want to talk a little bit about that because what you are is you're selling dreams. You're selling the possibilities. That is true. We're, for the most part, we're selling someone's dream, whether it's their first starter home, which is a dream. They maybe have just gotten married or what have you, and their starter home, or the person that this is their fifth home, or they have 5 homes. It's still a dream because anywhere where you kind of lay your head in your home, it's still, at least for most, it's a dream to have that residence. So that's one of the things I really enjoy about it because I'm able to work with them, and at the end, hopefully everyone's happy. They've bought a property that they love, and they're going to, decorate it. They're going to have their family, their gatherings, and that's what is rewarding. I actually was just with a client before this call that they have several homes, Florida, Long Island, city, here, there, everywhere. And she was explaining to me, and, I won't mention her name, but she is an entertainer. And she was just mentioning to me how much she loved where she's living now and how, when the kids come and all the family come, they're just so very happy. So that makes me feel good. That's exactly. Well, I love that. I love hearing stories like that because your home is where your heart is in a lot of ways. That's where our memories are. And, why not enjoy it? Enjoy life. Life is short. Right. And I always tell people, live life to the fullest. I like that.
That's true.
So tell me about your team. You've been very successful in real estate. You've obviously become a mentor to so many people. And now you're developing a really good team around you. So share a little bit about that because I think as a woman entrepreneur, too, we want to surround ourselves with amazing individuals because we want to uplift them and they uplift us at the same time.
Yeah, so when I came to Compass, I started developing a team just because there were people around me that were getting their license or just new in it. And so I said, okay, let's start a team. And really my team is a very young team. Everyone on my team is pretty much newly licensed or a year or so. So I've done that purposely so that I could mentor people and let them grow, because I think this real estate is an amazing business. I mean, the sky's the limit. You can make, as little as you want or as much as you want, depending on, how you position yourself and also, how hard you work. So my team, they're all younger. I have an amazing team, and I'm able to help them learn this business, because it's not necessarily a business where you come in and you get licensed that everyone's going to really try to help you, because it's kind of competitive. So they're really not naturally just going to help you learn the business and, share listings with you, etc. So with the team, I'm able to do that, and, they're able to learn and decide how far they want to take it personally, and, what their goals are. And how to hit the goals you want to achieve. So, and also our team is very, it's kind of interesting. On the team, we speak almost every language. So it's very kind of interesting.
That's
when you
fantastic.
Kind of look at it. Yes, it's really, it's very interesting. And that was not totally intentional. It's just how it developed, which I'm really happy about that as well.
Well, honestly, it was probably meant to be, and I think that's brilliant, because there's so many people out there that speak so many languages, and if you can support them, I think that's even better.
Yes, it is. I feel that way too, because New York we have everyone here, every country, every ethnic background. So I think
that if more people thought like that, they would be even more successful.
No, well, thank you. Thank you. You're right. That's probably true. But thank you.
Tell me, what is on your plate for the next little while? Do you do a lot of speaking, or do you do anything else besides the real estate?
No, I don't do a lot of speaking at all. I mean, I think this is my second podcast or kind of interview that I'm doing. We're working on our social media and building that up. So that's part of our business plan. We're veering out to, more cities, more doing things in the city, and also getting my license in Florida. Right now, it's really kind of building what our foundation that we have, and I want to build on that, because I think we have a really great foundation, and Compass is an amazing company. So we have all the tools here. So I just want to build on our foundation. I'll expand my team a little. I love new development. I was part of the Ritz-Carlton development here, and I'm now on their board as well. So I love doing new developments. So we're reaching out to developers to see, how we could have synergy between the two and help them sell their product.
Wow, well, that's a lot, being a part of the new development, but also the aspirations to be a real estate agent in Florida, which it seems to be a pretty booming market right now.
It is. I mean, I would say probably 85% of my clients have second homes in Florida. So it's kind of a natural segue, to do that, at least if nothing else, to be able to refer the business amongst Florida and New York. So that's what's on our plate. I have an amazing assistant, Angela, and she stays busy, and we're just trying to grow our business like any other business, right?
Exactly. That's one day at a time.
Exactly. And not let this interest rate and our political situation hurt our market any more than it already has.
I want to ask you too. One of the things I always ask my amazing guests when they come onto the program is, do they have any tips and tools, things they want to share with our listeners to inspire them today?
Well, I would say to any entrepreneur, whether they're starting off or a woman that has been in business that is having struggles, or found themselves back into starting a business because of life changes, that you really have to believe in yourself, and you have to set yourself up with or around other people that are successful or that will lift you up and not poo-poo your dreams away. And I think that's really where it starts from. Whether you're right out of college and starting something. It's just the belief that anything can happen, right? And, you know, you have to believe in yourself that you can do it. Otherwise, there's always someone around that could, you know, knock you down, and you can't let that happen. You got to jump back up, pull your boots up, and keep going.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I love that. And we need to surround ourselves with so many people like you to inspire us. So thank you so much, Gail, for taking the time to chat with me today. I've really enjoyed this.
I've enjoyed it too, and maybe someday we'll cross paths and meet one another.
You never know. I would love to do that. And Gail, would you mind just leaving your website so our listeners can go and check that out?
Yes, it's www.gailholmanteam.com.
And just for all of our listeners, too, I'm going to be posting a lot of Gail's information on our social media so that you guys can go and check her out. Gail, again, thank you so much for taking the time, and I hope that we can do this again soon.
Yeah, I would love to anytime. Let's do it again, okay? Thank you.
Perfect.
Have a great day. Okay, bye-bye.
You also.
Bye-bye.
And thank you to all of our amazing listeners. You know, as I've mentioned before, we've been doing this for 13 years now, and we're listening to over 30 countries around the world, and it's because of all of you. So please take this call and send it to your friends and family. You never know who you're going to inspire today. All right, and I hope that everybody has an amazing day, and remember to do something kind. Until next time, everyone.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.